吉他。然后现在我们皈依，然后发起菩提心，然后我们合掌。So we can read the causal refuge, our fear, our faith, our compassion. Then we visualize the Buddha in front of us. So it's very rare to have a perfect human rebirth with the 8 freedom, 10 endowment. Then it's even more rare for someone to meet the teacher, to meet the Mahayana teaching. Then even more rare, there's one attempt to realize the meaning of the teaching and using the meaning of the teaching to transform one body, speech and mind behavior, the way of thinking. So as we think of taking refuge, then you know that if I have not met the Buddha, then I will not be very sure that I can free myself from the lower realm of this life. So we gain more confidence, faith in the Buddha, Dharma and the Sangha. Then when we take refuge, then from the depth of our heart, we rely on them totally, till enlightenment, to be guided, to receive blessing, so that we can accomplish the final truth of full enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. 当我们皈依时呢，让我们去三法心经是一致的，知道我们成佛。我们八加十法这个人生呢是非常殊胜、很难得到的。然后我们有了，然后我们也看到英文道碰到三法的教授佛法。然后呢，从我们单方面，我们对他有信心。然后呢，更加殊胜的就是听到闻到，但是还要自己要跟随三法的教授，这是更加稀有的。更加无可思议，就从我们内心发出菩提心，要成就圆满佛果，维护全部有情众生，这个就是更加稀有。所以没有一个念呢，比菩提心更加无可思议，叫无可思议。每次我们有时间，我们皈依发起菩提心的时候，然后在当下，我们就在累积，在消无可思议的业障。我愿接待一切众生客，我愿意有情，愿成佛。然后这两句话呢，就真的有代表我们今生也是能成就到，然后我们会成就这个菩提成佛，我们就来今生真的最充分的用了我们的时光、我们的岁月、我们的生命，对自己、对他人都是最好的、最棒的，用这颗心来做。So we said in English first, then in Mandarin. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, to the Dharma, to the Sangha. By the positive potential I create by practicing generosity and also the other far-reaching attitude, may I become a Buddha to free all beings from all their suffering. And I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, to the Dharma, to the Sangha. And by the positive potential I create by practicing generosity and also the other far-reaching attitude, may I become a Buddha to free all beings from all their suffering. And I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, to the Dharma, to the Sangha. And by the positive potential I create by practicing generosity and also the other far-reaching attitude, may I become a Buddha to free all beings from all their suffering. 诸佛正法真真尊，一次菩提，我皈依，愿以布施等资粮， 我愿意有情，我愿成佛。诸佛正法正通尊，一智菩提我皈依。愿以布施等资粮，我愿有情，我愿成佛。诸佛正法正通尊，一智菩提我皈依。愿以布施等资粮，我愿有情，我愿成佛。然后我们观想皈依心的前方，就放出白色跟黄色的甘露光芒，直射到我们的三人头部、心部，然后给予无可思议的消业障、累积福报。Visualize the group in front of us, and from the front, then we send 3 doors, send all 3 rays of white color, yellow color, red color, touches our crown, our throat, and our heart, and then it purifies the accumulated merit. So this time around, we leave the merit here in front of us on the top of the stage. So as you recite the prayer, I recite the prayer, then you think strongly that you're hearing directly from the Buddha. Then little we do prostration, at least the mirror face in front. We visualize, we do not exalt. As we prostrate, we are prostrating to death. Okay. So the Buddha is always everywhere. So the Buddha is everywhere at any place at any time. The Buddha may not dissolve himself into the state of Dhammakaya, but because he achieved the perfect form, when the condition is there, then you will meet, you will receive the thing. So some of us have been practicing for a while, but we see that we never get the blessing. It seems that the Buddha never give blessing. No. It's always in peace. We are like deep inside the cave of our desire. We are deep inside. When we walk out of the cave, we realize the sun has always been shining. So the Buddha, when he do activity, he do it spontaneously. He did not need to put any effort for him to shine. It's just that the sun do not need any effort to shine. So when you are in the open, you receive the sunlight. So how to receive the main thing is motivation. I want to rely on the Buddha. And then from there, how much you receive is actually how much motivation you have. So today, our motivation to doing this one-day retreat is the motivation of bodhicitta, wanting to achieve enlightenment as quick as possible, so that we can benefit, bring everyone to full enlightenment and free them from all the suffering and the causes of suffering. By meeting the teaching of the Buddha, first you are able to solve some of your problem. But to able to meditate, then you can dissolve your problem. So no one can dissolve your problem for you. Your friends can help you solve some problem, external, financially, then physically, giving medicine or drugs in the company or comforting work. But to dissolve the problem is to dissolve the deep planted imprint of ignorance, self-cherishing, self-grasping in the mind stream. So the only way to your mind is your own mind. There's no more other door. There's no other door. So this sutra we're going to recite here today got this ability to penetrate deep inside all those areas, to imprint your mind you have never go before. And this is the kindness of the Buddha. So the Buddha, 2 months before his paranirvana, he recited this sutra, and in one part of the sutra that you will hear later, Buddha said, I will never leave you, but I share the aspect of paranirvana going to be quite quick in 2 months' time. Is to show the reality, the impermanent nature of all things. The impermanent nature of all things. Nothing is permanent, everything is impermanent. So if you have this sutra, you read the sutra, I am with you, in you, awakening you. So as you hear the sutra, certain parts are reset slowly. To give some explanation, certain parts are reset very much faster. So as you hear the sutra, meantime, we can listen with mind not distracted, completing your sutra that you have. Or you can join parts and silently hear. Take the motivation that may I lend my ears to everyone, listen to plant the deep so that I can quickly awaken myself. 当我念这个圣大解佛经的时候呢，让你们可以就一心不乱用你的菩提手是造出来的造作菩提心，你可以抄经，或者你可以双掌合十放在胸前，让眼睛闭住，那慢慢的好好的用心的听师父所讲的。现在呢，我开始的时候，到了一部分呢，会有我们顶礼佛陀、顶礼法、顶礼真。那时候呢，然后我们会做大礼拜，或者是五体投地。我们做人呢，没有一个时间呢，我们说这部经，它的开头有一句话说：“如是我闻。”这个如是我闻 ，past that I heard at one time。这个是谁讲的呢？佛陀显涅槃了。他有跟他的大弟子说过，他就跟律法，他就跟他的弟子乌巴利说，全部的力呢，你就掌控哦，全部的法呢，就是经呢，阿难尊者，阿难尊者，然后呢，全部的慧呢，就给摩诃迦叶。这个是我们说在巴黎语系，在大乘语系呢，他把全部东西交给金刚手完全巴尼。他交给他就是说，以后当众生有福报的，你要把这些法呢交给他们。这个如是我们就是阿难尊者，当佛陀显大涅槃的时候。然后他就不在了，然后这些大德、这些阿罗汉，佛陀的最亲的弟子，总共1225个，他们就开了一场很大的法会，500个人，要500个人，但是他们只有499位，差一位。那时候呢，阿难尊者。他还没有成阿罗汉，还没有，所以他那大弟子说：“阿难，这个只是给阿罗汉成了阿罗汉果的，老师释迦牟尼佛的弟子来一起凑起来，来把他的全部经记载了。因为你不是阿罗汉，你就不可以参加。”阿难尊者感到很伤心，他说：“现在我老师不在了，释迦牟尼佛。”然后现在我就无可能参加，他很伤心。可是导师在的时候呢，阿难尊者就是他的随从，他没有一时一刻的离开过佛陀，没有一时一刻离开佛陀。每次佛陀在禅定前睡觉的时候，阿难呢就在他旁边，就点了一盏小小盏的灯，那天。他就在那边站住，也是佛陀呢起身的时候呢，他就可以马上服侍到佛陀。当阿难就是佛陀的，我们说表弟，他就这样的随从了佛陀很多年，他就没有睡觉过，真的他没有想过的。就当佛陀显大涅槃的时候，他第一次说：“我不能成就阿罗汉没有。”他就很伤心。他也是第一次 就近我们说躺下来休息。当他躺下来休息的时候呢，他就好像昨天就好像我们躺住我们的左手边，然后呢，他就按他的左手边的鼻孔，他一躺住呢，显示死坐，然后就只剩下那一刹那一躺住，他得到阿罗汉果位。So Buddha Ananda, when he lie down, thinking of the Buddha in a lying position, he achieved the freedom of Arhat. So he was able to join the first Buddhist council. So when the monks saw Arhat come, Ananda came, and he knew that Buddha had entrusted him with all the sutra. Then Ananda got perfect memory. He can listen, he can remember every word the Buddha spoke. 阿难尊者有这个不可思议的大智慧神通，佛陀所讲的每个教授，他都能够一句不漏的牢记在心中。当我们去参加大法会的时候，每个比丘就把它为是上衣这块黄色的，就把它放在，把它结成好像一堆。阿难尊者呢，就请阿难尊者上面，那阿难尊者就其他这些上衣的上面的大家的求助，然后他双掌合十，然后他不想靠他的老师口头，他合掌，他用一个非常又感动又很盼望又很好听的声音，他就说如是我 In a very beautiful but very sad voice, he looked towards the direction of Kushinaga, where the Buddha had shown Paranavana, and then he said, "Thus I ever at one time." 就是只是一次。当佛陀讲授的时候，他每一堂课都是我们对于那些众生所需要的，他就讲一个法。他每个法只是讲一次一遍。这阿难尊者就从他的记忆中把这部经，我们说把它用他的记忆念诵出来。当他念诵出来的时候呢，我们佛陀第100年、200年、300年没有课诵的，全部是靠记忆，是靠记忆。所以我们说阿罗汉也是叫听者。这个阿罗汉because it's so called the hearer's path. In the first 300 years of the Buddha, there's no written sutra. Everything is from memory. The teacher will say, the student will repeat, and then they come this tradition called the oral instruction. So it's very rare at that time we have one of these books. So as I recite the sutra, I receive the oral transmission of this sutra. So from the Rinpoche, in the recording, and then another one that I received it from Sangye Nampa Rinpoche. So I received this great Liberation Sutra as part of the Kangyu oral transmission. So Rinpoche, while giving Sangye Nampa Rinpoche was giving the oral transmission, he sort of stopped at this sutra. Most of the sutra he go through very quickly, without even mentioning at what point, what sutra is given. He did not mention. He just recited very fast. But when he came to the Great Liberation Sutra, he paused and told, now I'm giving you the oral transmission of the Great Liberation Sutra. 我这个大藏经的口头传承呢，是我们上师总法师和我另外一个上师叫上面的Rinpoche。上面的Rinpoche，我从那边得到我们说大藏经的口头传承，大概113个厚厚的经文。然后上面的Rinpoche，当他念到给口头传承的时候，他只是一直念，但是到了这部经圣大解脱经的时候，他有停下来，他说：“其实已经现在我给你的就是圣大解脱经的传承，而这个传承是非常稀有的。就 那我们一定要好好的听，一定要好好的听。昨天我有说，也是你听闻到普救传神呢，你说可以，你以后念这部经的时候，你的功德可以加100倍，可以加100倍，因为这个得到普救传神。当我们修法的时候呢，我们必须要那个法，必须要大乘的佛法，不是正的法嘛，还要圆满。所以 not only the teaching must be unmistaken, it must be complete. So if you hear one sutra, you can understand all the meaning inside here. You will reveal to the Pentla Bodhisattva. Then to become, to have the 4 bodies of Buddha, you will need to meet the Mahayana Vajrayana teaching. So today, while we say the prayer, I will think strongly that all of y'all will meet your unmistaken Vajrayana Master. 当我念诵这部经的时候，今天呢，我会很用心的念，然后会好好的观想，我们每位呢都能得到你的见到你的阿舍离。阿舍离就是佛陀显大乘咒乘所想的法相。当你碰到你的阿舍离的时候，然后你就从他的口中、他的意愿里面得到我们说最高瑜伽的观点，然后你就真正的种下那个种子呢，会成就圆满佛果位。好，现在我们开始。通常我们有一些咒语呢，我们会念，然后我们加倍它的功德。So the mantra to increase the power of recitation. So this sutra has only come out only very recently only, maybe about 3 years only. Before that, there's no English translation. So this text is very, very precious. So we lost the Tibetan text. We lost it. We lost the Tibetan version of it at the time of Buddha. So the only thing that we have, the version that we have, was the Chinese version. And from the Chinese version, someone translated to Tibetan. Then from Tibetan, then someone translated to English. So it was from this tradition. So Rinpoche told one of the monks in Zara, Venerable Layton, to translate the sutra. When it was translated, I think that day I was very, very happy and very excited. So that night, I gave the transmission over the Zoom. So I think we finished about 12 o'clock. Yeah, from 9 to 12 o'clock. I read pretty fast. So it takes about 3 hours if I equal sheet. But right now, as you all hear the thing, important is to hear the sound, and as you do the thing, do not talk. So you can hear all the sound, so don't get distracted. So this seed will definitely, by hearing it, you purify a lot of negative karma, and you plant all the cause for enlightenment. So this power of recitation, there's one mantra that increases the amount of potential as I recite the thing. So right now, I'm visualizing in the space in front of us, the Buddha is on top of us, then surrounded by all the devas, then all the holy beings, the Bodhisattva, looking at us, supporting us, giving us all the blessing, so they can complete the full accumulation of merit and wisdom. So the merit is to become the form body of the Buddha, and the wisdom, the mind of the Buddha, inseparable. Dayata Om Dari Dari Bendare Soha. 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 The Ayamana Sutra called the all-extensive great liberation, purifying negative deeds to cleansing remorse, perfectly arranged for the accomplishment of Buddhahood. In Tibetan, in English, the Ayamana Sutra called the all-extensive great liberation, purifying negative deeds to cleansing remorse, perfectly arranged for accomplishment of Buddhahood. 那现在你可以看到，我们说会为什么说藏语这本书叫什么？然后英文叫什么？因为就是说，这个真正有法脉的，就从哪里得到这本经，从哪里译过来的。 也是他们有些，因为这个译者呢，他就不认识中文字，也是认识中文字呢，他会说，首先是从中文，从哪部经《圣大解脱经》，然后译成在藏语这部经译成的名称，然后译成英文的名称。所以这部经就是说，这个是佛陀讲过的经，在大藏经里面。So when we read this, we know that the source. Well, so every text should have this if it's unmistaken. So nowadays, for people you meet, correct? They say there are some manifestation of thing. So when you read their sutra or they come out their sutra, is it going to accomplish that thing? If you got faith in the person, you have some peace of mind that moment because you got faith. The faith is relatively something stable and positive, so your emotion will be stable. But can whatever you hear from someone without the lineage remove the deep imprint, dissolve your whole? No, they can solve some, but they cannot dissolve. Okay, so if you are copying the sutra, you can continue copying. But if you not copying, then you can join palms. And as you say, the thing is very good to join the palms and listen attentively, very attentively, as though you're one of the 2,000 or maybe the 500 arahants at the present. During the time the Buddhist council, they do the thing where Ananda was reciting, then you can think this way. Or you can think, oh, Sifu is representing Ananda and reciting the prayer for you. Then you can think this way also. But mainly important is you are listening this on behalf of everyone, of all the sentient beings, the hell, the hungry ghost, the animal, the human, the Shuras, the Asura, everyone. For all my parents, for everyone, I'm listening on their behalf so I can transform my mind. Okay, we begin. I prostrate to all the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas. Thus have I had at one time the Bhagavan dwelling in the great city of Rashkia, along the great Sangha, 80,000 fully ordained monks, and the Sangha of 36,000 Bodhisattvas. They were all obstructed by one noble, completely free from obstruction, and endowed with the mighty might of splendor and fortune. As for the Tathagata, he urged them with the skillful means for the secret meaning. He thoroughly purified the Buddha fear. He spontaneously accomplished the deeds of a Buddha. And through the blessing of all the Buddha, he made this perfect display. In order to protect and defend the Mana Sutras of the Dharma, he took up this Mana Sutra as a Janani and with the roar of the lion, he proclaimed the great thunders of Dharma, filling and direction. The ranks of the good quality and all those that are the Mount of Meru, their wisdom is profound, vast and great, like an ocean. They have tasted the whole Samara along their armies. They have gathered all the Vidikas and their mind in complete pacification. Since they are powerful and strong, they have no obstacle to their complete liberation. They peacefully abide equality, they have completely taken up the mindfulness and meditative stabilization. They have faith in the teaching and are intelligent. Since their learning in the four way of attracting disciples, the six paramita and skillful means is liveliness. There is no phenomena whose meaning they do not possess. In order to fulfill the wish of all beings, they turn the irreversible will. Since they have the knowledge, they understand what exists and what does not. They have learned in the enumeration of phenomena. They abide in the flowing meditative stabilization, and with the five eyes they comprehend the faculties of all sentient beings. Their splendor and glory are limitless. Since they have trained their mind in the concentration and wisdom of most beings, they are down with the excellent mark and sign and are possessed of the supreme accomplishment. Their minds are like the sky. Since they have completely relinquished their worldly body and color, they are learned in the Dhammatata of all phenomena. With the self-awareness wisdom, they know sentient beings going and coming in samsara. Since they possess of meditative civilization, they approach the unequal. Since they have cultivated the root of virtue for a long time, they achieve the mind of the Buddha. They possess wisdom, the 10th power, the 4 fierceness, and the 18 distinguished quality. They open the door of accident transgression and transmigration and shut the door of bad migration. In order to teach all those sentient beings whom they care for equally as one would for their only child, they are born and appear among the 5 types of transmigrator. In order to liberate all sentient beings from affliction, they disguise themselves like the kings of doctor and abide in samsara. Since they are learned in the ritual of recovering from disease, they having given medicine, and in accordance with the nature of the disease, they perfectly liberate from samsara. There is no one that here that is not liberated. They have taken good qualities like that. They have made offering to countless past Buddha. They perfectly know the essential nature of Buddha. They know that the Tathagata about for a long time. Moreover, it is simply the case that they always explain the existence of the essential nature of the Buddha to sentiment in this way. 36,000 Bodhisattva Mahasatwa, such as the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Manjushri, the Bodhisattva Unwavering Light, the Bodhisattva Nagatri, the Bodhisattva Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasamupada, the Bodhisattva Vaijeshwaraja, the Bodhisattva Supreme Doctor, the Bodhisattva Mahasambraprata, the Bodhisattva Dhanaseva Raja, the Bodhisattva Singhatosha, the Bodhisattva Dharanidara, the Bodhisattva Ranakosha, the Bodhisattva Incessant Effort, the Bodhisattva Unrelentless Release Continuum, the Bodhisattva Faith Inside, the Bodhisattva Invincible, the Bodhisattva Maitreya, 80 quadrillion powerful gods and powerfully ordained monks and nuns. Male and female householder gods, Naga, Yaksha, humans and non-humans, and so on, together with infinite countless gods like Brahma and Indra, were all settled there in the sky. Flowers of divine jewel cell and the music of luminous countless instruments and symbols also ran out of their own accord, and the god Brahma burned sweet-smelling Sampara incense. Heaps of the offering cloud for the Tathagata completely fulfilled the realms of infinite world in the 10 directions and offering. And the offering water was carried in hope for all the Buddhas of the 10 directions, all the Dharma of the 10 directions, and the Sangha Bodhisattva of the 10 directions. Moreover, all the gods presented offering like that for the purpose of seeking the unsurpassed Sabha Mahana. At that time, the Bhagavan, together with the great innumerable luminous retinue that surrounding, arrived at the place beside a great star tree on the 15th of the middle spring month, just before his Parinirvana. When through the blessing of the Tathagata, Maha Maitreya, intending to gather together and protect all sentiment, spoke out to all sentiment in their own language with a great melodious voice, the sound of which fulfilled the 10 directions. Today, the Tathagata, the Arahat, perfectly completed Buddha, compassionate, considered sentient beings. He then to guard and protect sentient beings. He then to gather together and accept sentient beings. He viewed all sentient beings equally. For example, one could do as his only child and would support those that without support, because those who have not seen the embodiment of Buddha see one. He will separate from all the affliction who are not separated. He will produce happiness in all those without happiness. He will completely liberate the unliberated. He will endow the resolve to those without resolve. He will diverse from doubt those who are not separate from doubt. He will purify through contribution to those who are not purified their mind to contrition. He will shepherd beyond sorrow for all those who have passed beyond sorrow. At that time, the earth to the left and the right of the path become level like an excellent plane. Who was completely purified. Auspiciously, the area become equally 100,000 yojana long and wide. The Bhagavan, having observed the area, immediately stayed and said to the fully ordained monks there, this location is the appropriate place to preach the Dhamma. The fully ordained monks Sananda said to the Bhagavan, Bhagavan Tathagata, in the past, you were always pleased with the place where there are mountains, clean water flowing down, orchards of fruit trees and flowers. Here now, there is no water flowing, there is no trees or flow, no townhouse, orchards of fruit trees, nor ordinary people, Bhagavan. Why is it so pleasing here that you reside here and preach the Dhamma? It is far from being ordinary. Sentient beings who are tormented by the suffering of hunger and thirst do not sustain even their life here. When there is food, there is life. When there is life, there is a body. When there is a body, there is also the Dhamma path. When there isn't food, there isn't life. When there isn't life, there isn't a body. When there isn't a body, there also isn't a Dhamma path. Since there is nothing at all that is leading to the mind like this, within this year condition, why does the Bhagavan preach the Dhamma here? Then the greatly wise Saradati Putra, through the blessing of the Buddha, spoke to the Ananda. There is no need to contemplate the other types of previous requests for the sake of Dharma. Not only the Tathagata endowed the 10 power and the 4 fearlessness, the Tathagata is endowed with limitless power, limitless formation, wisdom. They have no fear of anything at all, and limitless majestic, miraculous power. He served as support for all those without support, because those without not seen one seen an embodiment of a Buddha to see. He divorced from the affliction, and those who have not been separated from the affliction. He brings those without this into contact with blissful sensation. He completely liberated those who are not liberated. He encountered the resolve of those who are not resolved. He entirely moved beyond sorrow, those who have not gone beyond. Since the Tathagata endowed with limitless miraculous power, such as this, why do you have fabricated sorrow regarding the Tathagata? I recollect when the eminent early scholar called Vimarakirti was teaching the Dharma to many beings. Many beings such as the Bodhisattva, Savaka, Prachaka Buddha, strong and powerful God, another came from other world systems, an example in the house. When they settled there, since no food appeared at that time, I wonder how will food for this being be acquired? As a result, the thought Vimarakirti spoke to me. From the early lineage of Swabhagata, who was of lesser intelligence in contemplating the authentic Dharma, and onward, who have thoughts about illusory substance such as food, clothing, and sin. When the great scholar Vimarakirti said that all the gods and humans obtained the Dharma path, and I was ashamed, what have you said was similar to that. Then the Bhagavan spoke, said to Ananda, Nanda, what was spoken by the supremely intelligent Sharavatipputra is true. Since the body of the lineage has concluded the mana is bliss, it is not imaginary. As soon as he spoken, he entered into samadhi. Immediately to his blessing, a single golden flower, which at the height of 400,000 yojana opened, emerges from there. It masterly cover all world system, which are completely covered with a net of Venduria and a golden flower. Under the flower were jeweled baby pool and were completely filled with pure water and non-equality. The numerous variety of flower on all four sides of this were like limitless flower or numerous variety such as Upala flower, Kumbanda flower, lotus, Pandarika flower, perfectly endowed, those jewel pool and grew there. When some bears my plain these golden flowers and jewel palm perfectly obtained the Dharma eye, what did he to mention to those who enter and bathe there? If they enter and bathe, they will perfectly purify and obtain the patient regarding the non-reason phenomena. Beneath the golden flower, there emerges a lion throne made from jewel with 100 yojanas in height. Then the Bhagavan, having sat on that jewel throne, immediate great light rays from the paws and limbs of his body. Since the Tathagata's light rays were moreover the same colors as the golden lotus, arose in the four directions. They produced all the Buddha field in the 10 directions, also all the mountain, valley, and earth in the location when those light rays were perceived, having been equally struck by them, all become golden in color. As it is painfully struck them, all the hell beings were also pacified, all the hungry were also liberated. Except those who impact the wrong conduct, for those who denigrate the holy Dharma by the blessing of the Tathagata, all the worldly realm become the same as this central realm where there is no differentiation. All the Buddhas of the 10 directions, having seen the light, praise the Bhagavan Shakyamuni in one voice, excellent, and say, excellent, excellent. These light rays emitted by Bhagavan Greatler were not like any other previous light rays in the past. The light will rise in the instant direction, but today the light rays simultaneously arrive and is seen in the 4 directions and prevails the 10 directions. This light extracts all suffering sentient from the 3 realms and actually shepherd them beyond sorrow. Then all the Buddhas of the 10 directions spoke to each of the retinue of the Bodhisattva Mahasangha, son of the lineage. It is like this. When the Tathagata Arahat perfectly completed with the Shakyamuni from the Saha world system, immediate great light rays when he was undeniably teaching the holy Dharma and liberate all sentient beings from suffering. It is appropriate that all of you, having gone through the world system, make offering to the Buddha, ask questions regarding all of that, listen to the illumination from the Dharma, and make requests. There are sentient beings of the world system who are completely unwholesome, short-tempered, mendacious, deceitful. Since they don't have faith in a single vehicle, let's take the Shakyamuni with great love and with various skillful means differentiated 3 vehicles in order to liberate the 3 types of being. However, since it is not as 3 vehicles, it is virtue at the beginning, virtuous at the middle, virtuous at the end, and an excellent meaning, an excellent expression. It is unmixed, entirely pure, and entirely precise. That Buddha Bhagavan will not be seen again for the billion years. All the emotions of the Dharma that are spoken will not be heard. Those retinue who are not gathered together, the Bhagavan Shakyamuni who resided on the throne and a very special golden flower will not be seen. Therefore, all you having gone to the world, when you have seen the Buddha express your doubt, you will achieve merit, you will benefit being, and you will become blissful. As soon as it has been spoken, each of the 100 million Bodhisattvas from each of the Buddha field of the 10 direction arose from the respective place, having prostrated to the respective Buddha, proceeded all together. Each Bodhisattva held up 100,000 variety of musical instruments. After releasing an excellent rain of supreme jewel flower, went to the location of the Bhagavan Shakyamuni. Having made prostration to the Bhagavan and celebrated him 7 times, they sat down in the same direction and teach together with one word, one voice, one sound, make a request to the Bhagavan. Bhagavan, when we make requests and ask questions, then in order that we may be physician to all beings and for the sake of all their happiness, we pray the Bhagavan will clarify and explain. The Bhagavan spoke to all the Bodhisattvas who were given for that request. Son of the lineage, if we have doubt, then ask them, and I will explain to all you the particulars. The Bodhisattvas made this request to the Bhagavan. Bhagavan, our own Tathagata only spoke of one beaker. Why is the purpose of Bhagavan here explain 3 beakers? The Bhagavan, with his unobstructed wisdom, replied to the Bodhisattva, son of the lineage, it is excellent that for the sake of benefit and the happiness of all sentient beings, you are asked like this. Son of the lineage, it is like this, for example. How one person has 3 names. When they are young, they are called child. When they are 20 and above, they are called adult. When they are past 80 above and they are called senior. My 3 beaker is similar to that. For the Swapaka, whose mental capability is small, I teach a small beaker. For the Pratyeka Buddha, whose mental capability is middling, I teach the middling beaker. For the Bodhisattva Mahasatva, who entered the great path, I will teach the great beaker. All you sons of the lineage, listen, again listen. In brief, the 2 extremes do not exist. They are converged in a singular direction. Although different in terms of understanding, they gather together to the same point. Sutra is a single beaker, even though through the practice of skillful means it is divided into 3. The Swapaka, the Pratyeka Buddha beaker, also included within the great beaker as a great beaker, is the Buddha beaker. Therefore, the 3 beakers are also 1. When it comes to this Dhamma, the 10,000 Bodhisattvas obtained the patience regarding non-erasing phenomena. 800 fully ordained monks obtained the fruition of Arahat. 20,000 gods obtained the perfect, pure Dhamma eye. Among the human, 1 billion immediately generate the mind of unsurpassed, perfect, complete enlightenment. 当佛陀讲这个法的时候呢，最后一个法在库什那嘎，然后当他讲法的时候，有些坐在座前，他的学生就马上成就果位，可能今天你们其中一个会成就。So amongst you, you might get awakened. So to be in front of the Buddha where this was spoken, so the paragraph I read, some achieve realization, achieve some fruit of the practice, the fruit of the path. So for you all in your future, I hope in this very session, whenever you're going to achieve your first fruit, will be in front of your teacher. When you speak, something flower and something fruition. So this is the point where when you listen to the sutra, we should listen attentively, because that might be the ripening condition for certain things to grow. Like you've got the Buddha nature, but you need the supporting condition of understanding, the supporting condition of effort. Everything when you come, then certain things will ripen in your mind stream. So they become Arahant just by listening to Buddha say one. Because they were in front, they got a lot of merit. So at 11:30 or after the second session, so those who like to take just only the refuge vow or with the precepts, so we'll do a short ceremony. So I thought that would be auspicious to do this because we just spoken the Great Liberation Sutra. You can do that, okay? So for those who want to retake, it's also possible, so can retake the thing. Because once they got many people together hearing, copying the thing, there's something very powerful we generate right now. Most of the time, like right now in Iran, they are trying to send bombs or things to destroy things. Right now, as we think properly, we are sending a very slow but very, very sheer energy to pacify. Like water will heal the wound. If you are very thirsty, water will definitely cure your thirst. So as we do it with great amount of attention, compassion, great amount of love, great amount of mindfulness will bring about the particular effect. So it's just a very pure form of energy. If this energy is directed to make whoever is suffering right now in the world cease of suffering. When this sutra was spoken, Buddha blessed this sutra as a dharani. That means even you read one paragraph of the word, even you do not read the sutra, you only read the title, the Great Liberation Sutra. What merit you get? Oh, then the Buddha said, unimaginable. At a certain point in the sutra, I will recite it is stated there the incredible merit of just reciting the title, lists the whole text. So if you can just remember, then the amount of merit you collect is unbelievable. So in the past, I did offer the text to you all. Today, saying you will receive the text. If you were someone who will make as many offerings to as many Buddha, there are grain of sand in the Ganges River. Below the Ganges River bed, there are many fine sand. So to as many Buddha, there are the grain of sand in the Ganges River. You make offering to that many Buddha for how long? As many eons as there are the grain sand with which fulfilling jewel. Then you have collected a lot of positive potential in your mind. But right now, to collect those same potential, all you need is this sutra put at home. Then you collect that amount of merit. So you must understand how powerful this sutra is. How powerful this sutra is, just putting it at home only. So you don't need to do anything. Even you don't do anything, you just put the sutra, you collect that merit. But of course, then you put flower, like what you do, you put flower, you put incense, perfume, then you collect even more positive potential that is unbelievable. So it becomes something all you can do. All you can do. Because you're going to get a sutra. If you got no sutra, then you can't. But now you're going to get a sutra, receive the sutra, then you must treat it properly, you put it, and then that's it. What happened? You collect so much merit that we all will need for the accumulation of merit. The Buddha somehow came from the time that having paid homage to the whole hand in that place directly in front of Bhagavan, made this request to the Bhagavan, having come to this realm through the power and the blessing of Tathagata, having in addition of occasion in the place of Bhagavan, having heard this Mahana Sutra, having adopted the information of Dhamma, this Gana's commission to hold this as a dharani for the sake of all the Tathagata Navana, will gather as many one places of the Dhamma as well, such as the mountain, forest, globe, orchid, apples of knowledge, shoulder, villages, town, city, provinces, and the channel grounds, Supa temple, and the various place of all the Sangha, and also the individual homes of all the particular individual household in the world system, in other words, in a very far but you did it uninterruptedly. What's the reason for this? If this inversion of the Dhamma will abide for the Dhamma, all the lower world will be stopped because they have been taught in as by the previous Tathagata. He said that he cut the door of the realms of all the helping, and therefore it is to be listened to. Anyone who recites the word from this sutra will overjoy the God, who having have a pleasant river. They will always be waited upon and benefited, and will naturally practice. But whoever hear this, all especially great devotees, having become joyful with the mind of faith and respect, write a letter or call someone to write a letter of it, or read it aloud, recite it, adopt it, hold it, or prostrate to it, and express the name of single Buddha or the name of single Bodhisattva. With this inspiration of Dharma, that person in this very life will achieve bliss. So this chapter, this paragraph right now actually saying that if you listen to this, like right now what you're doing, and you've got faith and your respect, in this life you will receive happiness. 刚刚我念这一段，那佛陀说也是来世你现在听闻到我师父念诵这个圣大解脱经，然后从你心中呢发起真的无量的真正的很正的非常一致的对三宝的信心呢，然后你是在今生能可以得到快乐，可以离苦，肯定的。这佛陀，我们说佛陀无戏言，佛陀不可以讲谎话的，因为他的心里面他没有一个东西要骗你的，没有。所以现在你们所累积的，这是无可思议。然后你可以学习每个你的战友，然后我的法友，他们也是在抄，很随喜。现在也是你要花很多钱哦，才可以请这么多人来这边抄经的。没有一个地方现在，可能在世界上呢，我们说地球呢，可能我们只是一组而已，可能是第一组，所以我们一定要很高兴的这样抄，好好的抄， 说每一笔、每一画、每一撇也是抄中文版。For every alphabet that you write, then think this is for all of them, my everything. Today I'm going to give my everything to everyone out there that is suffering, that is not as fortunate right now. May I free everyone from suffering as you write your every word. I explain this paragraph so you can understand the incredible benefit of reciting this. Continue. They will not experience any negativity and mumble when this life, and they will transgress all us Bodhisattva will go before the path, leading them to a point in one of the complete pure effort in one of our belief realm. Why is that? It's because they adopt this sutra and holy as a dharani. Although this sutra and holy as a dharani is holding the body of the Buddha, having hold the body of Buddha is manifest, is an actual Bodhisattva. Therefore, all those that have not seen Trinidad, because those are cause and condition, go to hold this sutra as a dharani, aspire to be born in a place and not be separated. Then the countless, limitless beings such as Mahabrahma, the God with the decree. The fourth great king, the holy protector, the lord of the basic of Pajapani, the great commanders of the Rakshasa, the Samjana, the Naga king, Nanda, Upananda, Deva king, Garuda, Swamati, Hariti, the gods of the mountain, the gods of the field, the gods of the river, the gods of the ocean, the god, the earth god, the water god, the fire god, the wind god, all those are from respective. And having respective prophets with the path together in front of Bhagavan, Bhagavan, we will always protect and hold this all essential great devotion sutra that the Bhagavan has taught, and will always recite praises in front of any places where this sutra can recite, purifying it. It is popular for this sutra to be employed in the sutra or the dwelling, or a lay person house, or a monastery. If someone pick up this sutra with unclean hand, or read it aloud, or recite it disrespectfully, we will make them unhappy in the body and mind. During the fourth activity, walking, standing, sitting, sleeping, we will bring about fear, fright, and apprehension in this life. And when they were transferred, they will be made to fall in the realms of the hell being. But when anyone will respectfully this sutra, pick it up and hold it with clean hand, perform ablution or burn incense, read it aloud, recite it, hold it up and grasp it and write a letter, or cause others to write a letter of it, or recollect it, and it doesn't perform negative act dharma, we will attend to the person for the sake of protecting this stuff. We will protect them. Even the person sleep, we will in front of them, and bad woman will not come. For those people who go, like you are afraid of a ghost, you go hotel, you dare not sleep, you must on the light, right? You take this sutra, put on your bedside, you recite a couple paragraphs of this, then all the deva will come and protect you. They stated inside here already. So if you've got small kids that if you recite this sutra for your kids, your kid will not be bullied in school because the deva will follow wherever they go. So there will be no more bullying. If you do this, 霸凌不会发生. If you recite this one for the kids, then no one can bully the kids. So this is very important. At least the parents can recite one prayer, one paragraph for the kids before they go to school. So this one very, very amazing. Again, like that, they will not be harmed by penitent enemy or penitent harmful spirit. They will be protected wherever home they are in, wherever they travel, they follow, they are connect with them, and wherever they are looking for, wherever they go in the four directions, they will continue their life purchase Dharma. Without any obstacle, they will transfer from this life. They are born and God, and due to this cause and condition, they will recognize Buddha and will not lose the Mahayana. The Bhagavan replies to the Bodhisattva Mahasaya, gods and gods of the demigods and so on, it is true, it is such. And he said, yes, furthermore, if you do not hear this sutra, it's possible therefore to realize it. If they desire to pick up this sutra and grasp and hold it and read it aloud, recite it, and having taken a purifying bath and put on clean clothes. So as you recite this sutra at home or copy the sutra at home, it's very good to take a shower and wear clean clothes. The more you respectfully do the thing, then the more amazing will be the benefit that you're going to collect the thing. Furthermore, if they do not even hear this sutra, it is not possible for them to realize it. If you desire to pick up this sutra, class of holy and read aloud or recite it, after taking the prayer and put on clean clothes, they make offering with various incense, sandalwood, powder, and ointment, and proceed in a cleansed, isolated dwelling. They have adorned with the pentacle, victory, banners, and parasol. Having begun the first of the 6 daily session in that way, therefore, every day for 7 days, they are to read this sutra aloud, having impracticable awareness, impracticable mindfulness, impracticable investigating thought, impracticable contemplation, impracticable holding in the dharani,
Infatigable practice and infatigable teaching and training. During the 6 sessions of day and night, they are to prostrate to all the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas and to the 12 divisions of scripture that come from this sutra, and they read it aloud, cause others to recite it, and they were thereby with, and they were able to act with belief and respect. All their heavy negative action will be purified in the same way as they appear with this sutra. So you see, some of you have recited Heart Sutra before. In the Heart Sutra, they do not talk about the benefit like this. They talk about the thing about nature, form is empty and emptiness is form, and is not another form is also not other emptiness. As a summation of one of the key things to negate inherent existence. But in this sutra, they tell you how the Buddha really show you a method. Okay, you must do this, bathe, clean, put incense, then put offering, then recite the thing or copy the thing. Then what will happen? Now you're going to get this benefit. Then how many days must do? Or you must do for 7 days. Every day, 1 day, do how many times? 6 times. So in Muslim, they pray 5 times a day. Now we are 6. So you pray how many times a day? Never. How should maybe morning 1 time, maybe night 1 time. Got remember Zoom, try to Zoom a bit. But here the Buddha says you're supposed to do 6 times a day, every 4 hours. Once you do everything, every 4 hours you do 1 time, you never forget the teaching. This is one of the main thing the Buddha taught. For every 4 hours, you keep on reminding yourself the same thing. Then inside your mind, something happens. It becomes very, very strong inside. The imprint becomes very, very strong. And we are able to purify a lot. Moving on. Do not doubt and do not too matter about it. Why is it? The Sutra of all extensive great liberation is the practice performed by the Buddha. This Sutra of all extensive great liberation, protect and guard, since it is the mother of a Buddha. The Sutra of all great expensive great liberation is the king of all sutra. The Sutra of all expensive great liberation is the essence, ultimate essence. This Sutra of all expensive great liberation is the path of the Bodhisattva. This profound sutra of all expensive great liberation is similar to the 6 great in the world because it is inconceivable. What are these 6? They are the great earth, great water, great fire, great wind, great sun, and great sky. This sutra is like the great earth because it serves as a beacon of all, pure or impure, excellent or bad. This sutra is like the great earth because it washes away all the impurities and pure. This sutra is like the great fire because it burns all the affliction, pure and deformity. This sutra is a great wind because it blows away the impurity and pure. This sutra is a great sun because it eliminates all the darkness that exists. This sutra is a great sky because it contains all the things that are excellent or bad. This Mahana Sutra, the all extensive great liberation, is unequal. And at the top are the Bodhisattva, in the middle are the Sabhava, at the bottom are the embodied transmigrating being. There's no being that not contained in it. Therefore, all of you take up this sutra as a dharani, hold it, spread it everywhere, share it with faith and respect. All you Bodhisattva Mahasattva, penetrate the Bodhisattva wisdom, actually realize the nature of the Buddha. All you got adopt this sutra. When you hold it, you will continue to see me, and you see all the Buddha who have not arrived. You will turn the real Dharma and abide in the great mandala. So in this advice here, Buddha said, so if you got the ability, then you can tell people it's very good to copy the sutra. Very good to listen to the sutra, very good to recite the sutra, very good to think about the meaning of the sutra. When you do all this properly with faith, then Buddha said, a lot of your negative karma that will result in the lower realm suffering will be purified because when you hold the sutra, you're holding me. They say when you hold this sutra, you're holding the Buddha. This is the only text that literally all texts got this power. Only in this text, Buddha literally put it down and say, now you're holding me right now. Must remember. So when you do this, you will have a lot of confidence. So I printed I call the chocolate bar size, the smaller bar size, so that wherever you go, you put in the pouch, you carry with you, you put in a hotel, then you put it next to your bed or whatever, or touch the thing and say, Buddha, protect me tonight. So that all be auspicious. So you must read, you have to know how to think when you practice one. You cannot go inside there, then, Buddha never bless me. When you go McDonald's, you also must, you stand there in front of the counter and say, good morning, sir, what do you want? Then you go there, you will talk, you know food come around because you know what you want. So, same thing, you got the text, you must call the Buddha, Buddha, please protect me tonight. Today I did put also very tired. So, you must protect me tonight. So you put the sutra, then you get the blessing. But here inside here they say you hold the sutra. Here they say that you must recite, you must copy, you must offering, or you hold the thing correctly. And right now, something that you all can do is to spread the teaching. So inside the certain part of the thing, they call monks. You're supposed to help the sentient being. It's impossible for you to dissolve all their problem, but you can solve all their problem by introducing the Dharma to them that will help dissolve all the imprint of negativity will result in suffering. So once the cause is eradicated, you will not feel the effect. The cause of suffering eradicated, they will not have suffering anymore. So for you all, is it possible that you get this thing for them to copy? Yes, I got many, 15 cartons of Chinese. English one you just printed 750. So got more than enough. So you think that you want to, okay, I will try to take one book, I will finish it till the next Great Liberation Sutra. My job is to finish copying that book. Oh, that one is quite possible. I think the last trip, I don't go wrong, right? Complete one book during the whole thing. Well, we recite she do, but that one was a 7-day retreat. We did for 7 days, then she completed everything. So for us right now, must understand, now Buddha is giving the instruction right now. Now how you use this one. It's not only thing, you must understand the benefit, how to do it properly, correctly, and you do it, then there's no doubt. Buddha say here, no doubt. I didn't say, no need to doubt whether what the thing I say here will happen or not. Because this thing is the activity of the Buddha. When you hold this, you do this, the Buddha will come and help you. In the later part of the sutra, they actually say this. If someone was an abbot, let's say for example, Buddha's true relic, the abbot was not around, and suddenly you happen to be the Buddha's true relic, and many people, maybe 1,000 people, 500 people line up to get blessing. Then they look. Then they saw Gary. Oh, Gary, today you must come here and give blessing. Gary said, how can I give blessing? He said, no, because you have read the Great Liberation Sutra right now. Now, you are worthy to go up there and give blessing to people and receive offering from people. Now, this is how powerful the sutra right now. You have not learned anything, you have not meditated on anything, but you got the karma to listen to this sutra and you got faith. You got faith in this sutra. Then what happened? You are permitted to really offering. If really needs receive offering, then we can represent ourselves to go up there and give people blessing everything with the text. Now this is how powerful the sutra. That means you do what you do, you must have faith, you must have the sutra, you read the thing, and this is the type of benefit that you get. This is the type of benefit you get. So isn't this most amazing right now? This is most amazing right now. We might meet a lot of people, right, that got no chance to meet that, but you carry that chocolate. Last time at the time of Buddha, first 300 years, there's no text. You have to bring one monk, Ananda, next to you, then you make Ananda an offering, Ananda will recite the sutra. Right now you don't need, you take out the thing. In the handphone, got potential, but it's not a ripened thing. Your handphone got a lot of sutra, you can bless people now. But because it cannot be seen, but you get that text, you tap, you're going to bless everyone. The first person is yourself. You're going to be protected. You're going to be very, very protected. That will be really the best. Okay, I move on. Then a Bodhisattva from among the great retinue, among those of faith inside, will also sit in the assembly, putting example over my children, persuaded the faith of the Bhagavan. And for this, the Bhagavan may make request and ask questions and pray for the benefit of limitless being. And for the sake of the happiness and the Bhagavan may clever action. The Bhagavan said this to the Bodhisattva faith inside. Most excellent actions such as lineage, you have question, then ask. Whatever you ask about action to the particular and specific. And you will asking, moreover will bring benefit and happiness for limitless sentient being. Then the Bodhisattva faith inside said to the Bhagavan, I remember that previously a long time ago, there was a garden named Varanakashinya said that they would have this name one time, you achieved the birth at the court, not only at the time that there was a great level of hermitage in the kingdom of the king Bedodityaprabha, and they were dry up, and there were 10,000 great fields that were tolerated by the sun close to them. The scholar prayed Jagannath, having approached a place and seen their great and the love and the compassion for all the living, through the love and give water and food. He thought they will ever live for a few nights. Since they thought that for a very long time, he pronounced the name of Bhagavan Ratnakesi 3 times. He said as soon as they appreciate it, they passed away and were born in the devils of the heaven of the 33. So this particular chapter comes from the great Golden Light Sutra. There's one chapter that reciting this name of the Buddha one time, those fish supposed to die. When they die, they're born in the Pure Land. Just hear the name 3 times. So the name of the power, the name of the Buddha name got great amount of power because the Buddha blessed the name many times. 我们说，当我们听众到佛陀的名称的时候呢，我们听到佛陀的名称的时候，我们就是听到而已，然后我们很恭敬合掌的时候，就可以消业障。因为佛陀他加持他的名称，他说他在做菩萨的时候，当我成就圆满佛果位的时候，然后乃是一个善男子、善女人听闻到我的法名、我的名称，也是我不能消他业障，我誓不成佛。现在他成了佛了，他有足够的福报资粮。这个，因为他的因的时候呢，他有发这个愿，果的时候就会实现。所以现在我们就是靠，只是听闻到佛陀的名称，我都会实现。所以有一尊佛陀叫 Ratnakishin， 我们就说在《金光具圣明经》里面有一部，在这一部里面呢，它有29品或者是21品。在里面一品呢，他有讲过，乃是这些鱼呢，听到名字，他们往生时就往生到我们说天道。So they go to the devil, they do not suffer for a long time. So for all of us, we do not think that we go God realm and enjoy for a while. We should think we go Pure Land, or else then you go to God realm and enjoy. Then after that, then that's it. You finish your karma, then you drop back down to planet Earth. As a human being, or even worse, go to the lower realm and you continue whatever experiencing the fruit of your input. So we realize we are going wrong, till we cut the thing. So this sutra got the ability to cut off. It got the ability to cut off. That means it created in the past. But we are continuing creating more. I think that's the issue. That's why called karma and affliction. Karma means previous karma. Affliction means under the control ignorant that continue to create. Oh, then you realize that we have not finished learning yet. But whatever you've done, today you're going to finish purifying all. That's the benefit of coming today. You purify all your negative karma. So as much as you can purify. But if you listen attentively, you're going to purify with faith and devotion and respect. You're going to purify a great amount. Great amount. So, sitting on planet Earth, you are the most luckiest human being now. I consider myself extremely lucky to share this with you. Actually, some of you might not know, really so lucky. No, don't doubt. You must believe. You see, this is true, how wonderful right now. And I got faith in the Buddha cannot lie. And here you can hear, I read, and say Buddha say, have no doubt means two-headed mind. I don't lie anymore. I will give you this. So this is the most amazing thing that something can befall you because you can hear the instruction pretty clearly. In the Heart Sutra, you need some investigation, you need some analysis, but this Sutra you need not. It's very literal. Even if you don't understand the meaning, you got faith, you just join paths. You're going to get the benefit of something. You're going to get the unmistakable benefit. The unmistakable benefit. So right now you're copying the thing. So you learn that every stroke is for every sentient being. But think like that, well, think well. Continue. Here today, Bhagavan, for the sake of the whole world and for the lesser sentient being, teach the name of the Buddha. Upon hearing the name of Bhagavan Chakravarti, there's benefit, happiness, limitless benefit and continuous marvelous enjoyment. And limitless being has a direct realization of the Buddha essence. So please teach them for the sake of that. Please explain to them for the sake of the total liberation of all sentient beings who are degenerate the root of their vow and are confused by afflicted mind. Then the Bhagavan said to the Bodhisattva, Mahasatha, faith in science, sons of lineage, I will expound upon the name of the Buddha of the 10 directions. For even a billion years, I will not exist them. Then it's tenable to count and know every drop of water. There is no knowing the evolution of all the names of the Buddha. Then it is tenable to measure the weight of all Mount Shimeru. And there is nothing the evolution of the name of Buddha. Though it is tenable to know the final boundary and limit of state, there is such as the evolution of the name of the Buddha. By my briefly teaching you the name of the Buddha of the 3 times, whoever year they fall upon just 1 time, as soon as a person migrates from this life, they are born in the apple of God. Having heard it, if you generate devotion and respect, or write it, express the name, and prostrate while, then you purify countless yawns of samsara negativity and achieve limitless benefit. Moreover, when the person dies, they are reborn in whatever realm, 10 direction, world system they have faith in, and they will see me, and in future they will see all the Buddha of the excellent yawn. So today, by listening to this, you are creating this cause now. Then the Bhagavan said to the great assembly, all of you properly arrange your government, prepare an impracticable body, impracticable contemplation, impracticable mindfulness, and impracticable investing thought. And if you desire to hear the Dharma, concentrate your mind single pointedly. Okay, now we can do position reading. 现在我们也是你可以的，你们就可以在你们旁边好了，然后我会念蛮快的，然后你可以你去做礼拜。I proceed to the Bhagavan land of the King of Superior, proceed to Bhagavan Maniraja, proceed to Bhagavan Radhakesya, proceed to Bhagavan Amitaya, proceed to Bhagavan Vipasya, proceed to Bhagavan Paramita, proceed to Bhagavan Shakyamuni, proceed to Bhagavan Collector, the holder of order, proceed to expression beyond measure, proceed to unequal, proceed to Bhagavan Dhamma, proceed to the encompass of the Lord, proceed to Sangha the Lord, who by share, proceed to Bhagavan Dhamma, proceed to Shiva the Jira, proceed to the teacher, who did everyone, proceed to the beggar of all. I proceed to go to the limb of the partial, I proceed to get it past the word, I proceed to complete the container of all Sankara, I proceed to complete the vision to somebody, I proceed to uncover the light, I proceed to the king of the Dhamma about the multitude, I proceed to destroy the collection of all the power, I proceed to create the is that the possible dualism. During the sensation, the earth and death and the migration, whatever emerges will work. May you always see the face of the Buddha, always clearly recognize the Buddha as an reaches a particular great collection. The great Nirvana is that all these particular transcendental collections, having the Buddha as the old way, and join your 10 figure and palm together and listen properly, having offering from the depth of the heart. Listen while I explain the name of the Buddha of the three times of the and generate the actual release from the activity and even the right action, the immediate breakdown, the no, I will explain the immediate. Those who attend the day will not be able to understand, and those who attend the day don't take having that. Then only the ones that step up will remain, having implemented the lesson vehicle, only the great vehicle will remain, having implemented the dual vehicle, there will only be a solid vehicle. Those people who have no good opportunity will not hear this sound. Those who are not make up with the problems will not hear the ring of Buddha from the beginning. Then those who receive this and take it up, even the mere portfolio will become completely liberated and lifted by a pure, a perfectly pure ground. Once again, practice this Dhamma of mind, which is the entire practice of the Buddha. When you possess the names of the Buddha, adopt this sutra, recite it, embrace it, and you will free from the activity of the Mara. You will purify the negativity associated with the forward, the fight action, the immediate repetition, and wrong conduct. Such persons will in the future definitely attain the Arabha. Anyone who does not produce faith will fall to the bad vibration. To produce authentic faith and portrait with your will see the Buddha will therefore possess single pointedly and aspire, purify negativity as such spectacularly portrait. The whole large and semi joint come together and perfectly listen. They simply concentrate the body and mind. Without any carelessness, they touch their five limbs to the ground and listen from the depth of the Bhagavan and explain and progress on the name of God. I proceed to the limitless Buddha, I proceed to the 20,000 Buddha called Chakra Siddhi Pradipha. I proceed to the 30,000 Buddha called Nipankara. I proceed the Buddha Sabay, I proceed the Buddha sitting called the Prince of Being, I proceed the Buddha Kanaraja, I proceed the Buddha Panarana, I proceed the Buddha King of Landlord to the Mount of God. I proceed the Buddha King of the Sound of General, I proceed the Buddha Amitabha, I proceed the Buddha Buddha Contemplate, I proceed the Buddha Namanaka, I proceed the Buddha Glorious Buddha of Sun and I proceed the Buddha Wisdom King of the constellation of pure lotus. I possess the Buddha King of completely pure ornamented, I possess the Buddha King of Naga, I possess the Buddha King of the Kandega, I possess the Buddha Wisdom Lotus King of Kandega, I possess the Buddha Manivara, I possess the Buddha King Sati, I possess the Buddha King Glory and Splendor of highest jewel, I possess the Buddha King of the Vela, I possess the 10 million Buddha in Buddha, I possess the Buddha far reaching light, I possess the Buddha Chandraprabha, I possess the Buddha Sandavu Isan. I possess the Buddha King of the mountains, excellent mountain. I possess two particular Buddha, Mount Shimura, Buddha, and the divine Tatma. I possess Buddha like equaling to the Mount Shimura. I possess the Buddha ship of the moon. I possess the Buddha perfect mind, I possess the Buddha Senya, I possess the Buddha Siddhidala, I possess the Buddha Nagadeva, I possess the immovable, I possess the Buddha Supreme Flower, I possess the Buddha Supreme Banner, I possess the Buddha Banner, I possess the Buddha Jiva, I possess the lineage of flower. I possess the Buddha reflection of the moon, I possess the Buddha Maludus, I possess the Buddha Lotus complete liberation, I possess the Buddha complete Adam by the light way, I possess the Buddha clear of an ocean light mind, I possess the Buddha water light, I possess the Buddha great melody, I possess the Buddha free from sin and illusion. I possess the Buddha free from sin and illusion, I possess the Buddha abundant sadness, I possess the Buddha breathing Ajua, I possess the Buddha almost complex, I possess the Buddha established as a hero, I possess the upholder quality of wisdom, I possess the Buddha everything good sun and moon, I possess the Buddha believing light to the sun and moon, I possess the Buddha unsurpassed by light, I possess the Buddha chief component by system, I possess the Buddha awakened flower, I possess the Buddha clear moon, I possess the Buddha sunlight. I portray the Buddha, king of coral flower, colored flower. I portray the Buddha, moonlight in water. I portray the Buddha, clearing the darkness of the. I portray the Buddha, the for the suffering. I portray the Buddha, I portray the Buddha, for protection. I portray the Buddha, meditative miraculous. I portray the Buddha, wisdom of Dhamma. I portray the Buddha, sound of sound. I portray the Buddha, sound of light. I portray the Buddha, sound of naga. I portray the Buddha, abiding in the world. I portray the Buddha, Ishwara. I portray the Buddha, Amitabha. I portray the Buddha, Amitabha. I portray the Buddha, infinite light. I portray the Buddha, uncontrolled light. I portray the Buddha, unlimited. I portray the Buddha, king of light, grace. I portray the Buddha, blazing light. I portray the Buddha, very good. I portray the Buddha, completely pure light. I portray the Buddha, very joyful light. I portray the Buddha, wisdom light. I portray the Buddha, unlimited stream of light. I portray the Buddha, that is simply contemplate. I portray the Buddha, ineffable. I portray the Buddha, normal lights of the sun and moon. I portray the Buddha, action marks of color, refined gold. I portray the Buddha, lacking energy. I portray the Buddha, the Buddha, I portray the Buddha, the Buddha, I portray the flavor of honey. I portray the Buddha, picture of Naga. I portray the Buddha, power of picture. I portray the Buddha, lion melody. I portray the Buddha, light divine of sin. I portray the Buddha, supreme God. I portray the Buddha, mortal and splendid Jaya. I portray the Buddha, king of power. I portray the Buddha, unsurpassed power. I portray the Buddha, king of power, fearlessness. I portray the Buddha, Lord, sovereign Naga. I portray the Buddha, king of majestic sound. I portray the Iswaraja. I portray the Buddha, pervasive light. I portray the Buddha, Samadha Lukata. I portray the Buddha, complete immaculate, complete Vedanta, I portray the Buddha, Chandrawood, essential, instant light. I portray the Buddha, victorious value of duty. I portray the Buddha, essence of very joyful power of you. I portray the Buddha, great and unsurpassed effort. I portray the Buddha, victory banner of the jewel light, light such a lamp. I portray the Buddha, illuminating lamp of wisdom. I portray the Buddha, glorious illuminating light of the ocean. I portray the Buddha, solid and enduring body. I portray the Buddha, wonderful, completely dissolved golden light. I portray the Buddha, great and powerful effort. I portray the Buddha, disciplined hero. I portray the Buddha, light of compassion. I portray the Buddha, king of power, compassion. I portray the Buddha, king of essence of power. I portray the Buddha, king who completely arranged his forms and do. I portray the Buddha, chief of way and I portray the Buddha, excellent awakened. I portray the Buddha, king completely arranged. I portray the Buddha, jewel financial, I portray the Buddha, not of the Buddha flower, blazing light. I portray the Buddha, illuminating the light of the I portray the Buddha, canopies of the green of the sovereign, the power and energy. I portray the Buddha, golden flower light. I portray the Buddha, lights of the flower, the jewels of the sky. I portray the Buddha, king of completely arranging feather. I portray the Buddha, entire manifesting the body. I portray the Buddha, changing light of the wisdom. I portray the Buddha, and all the kings of the Mara. I portray the Buddha, 1000 images. I portray the Buddha, victorious wisdom of the light. I portray the Buddha, clear light of the I portray the Buddha, pure light of the world. I portray the Buddha, religious of the world. I portray the Buddha, supreme reverence, king of the Buddha. I portray the Buddha, abiding in the kings of the world of Paris. I portray the Buddha, unsurpassed religion, the kings of the chief of wisdom. I portray the Buddha, light of the sun and the moon. I portray the Buddha, jewel, light of the sun and the moon. I portray the Buddha, king of the supreme autonomous jewel, and I portray the Buddha, king of the necessary. I portray the Buddha, monk of the living light. I portray the Buddha, illuminating basic light of the golden. I portray the Buddha, treasure of the illuminating golden light. I portray the Buddha, king of the sovereign, the power of the sound of the light. I portray the Buddha, king of the supreme holy mother. I portray the Buddha, eternal pendant light. I portray the Buddha, king of land, contemplating the world. I portray the Buddha, obtaining kingship of the cow, with clothing of wisdom. I portray the Buddha, king of the holy character. I portray the Buddha, light of the mountain. I portray the Buddha, light of Shumanana. I portray the Buddha, light of the Umalapla. I portray the king of the holy power and might. I portray the king of the power of the wisdom. I portray the Buddha, very joyful, undisturbed light. I portray the Buddha, king of unlimited melodies. I portray the Buddha, light of intelligence. I portray the Buddha, light of the golden ocean. I portray the Buddha, king of the sovereign ocean. I portray the Buddha, light of the liberation. I portray the Buddha, king of the city of the I portray the Buddha, I portray all the Dhammapada of the Buddha of the past. When one portrays the single Buddha, the second Buddha, the 100, 1000, 10,000 Buddha, all the impermanent negativity performed in samsara over countless generations will be purified. I respectively possess 100,000 Buddha, to 1 million Buddha, to 10 million Buddha, to 100 million Buddha, to 1 billion Buddha, to 100 quadrillion Buddha, to the countless million Buddha, as numerous as the grain of sand in the Ganga river. If anyone hears the name of this countless million Buddha, would not fall to the suffering of the hell world for 800,000 of therefore, I respectively portray. Whoever respectively portrays with the name of the past Buddha will attain intelligence and perfect negative, and will henceforth have the power to receive from the 10 non-project and the 5 power immediate recognition. Always hear the holy Dhamma they will, and now they mana I think. Therefore, I also protect now in that way. The two stuff were not included, were not dispelled the mana Dhamma who have given it a wrong conduct. When someone has the mind like this, having perfectly, they will not engage in the so-called wrong conduct. They will constantly see the goodness Buddha, they will be able to repent with a pure mind, with the 4 negativity and with the 5 actual immediate repercussion and in the proper way to repent. Therefore, I also respectfully portray. Since they purify the karma of that nature and attain the mana, therefore I respectfully portray. When I hear all those things and talk to the 10,000 Bodhisattva attained a particular patience regarding donors that there are 800 someone generate the mana, 5,000, fully of them accomplished the Buddha, and 100,000 gods and the human attained the perfect nature of Nama. I possess the concept of the representing of Buddha, I possess the 1 million Buddha form personality, I possess the Buddha standard refined form, I possess the Buddha, the king of the Buddha, like the Mandala Sam. I possess the Buddha, the song, he will be said, I possess the Buddha body, 100,000 light, I possess the Buddha completely pure light of light, I possess the Buddha king of the mountain, the complete radiant good quality, I possess the Buddha king of the apple of the good quality, I possess the Buddha perfectly adorned with the jewel of love, I possess the Buddha barrel happy, I possess the Buddha for similar, I possess the Buddha become king similar, I possess the Buddha Ratnasri, I possess the Buddha Ratnakanda, I possess the Buddha Blazing to the Buddha running the Buddha with standard hardship and the raw light, I possess the Buddha king for the great light, I possess the Buddha engineer, I possess the Buddha by Shinaraja, I possess the Buddha perfectly ornamented, I possess the Buddha to the cooling and I possess the Buddha parasol, I possess the Buddha perfecting light, I possess the Buddha money, I possess the Vipassi, I possess the teaching, I possess the Vipasu, I possess the Kanakachatu, I possess the Kanakani, I possess the Buddha Kachapa, I possess the Buddha Makaraja, I possess the Dhammaka, I possess the Buddha Sandu flower, I possess the Buddha Sandu Kaja, I possess the Supreme Buddha Supreme, I possess the Buddha Pure Supper, I possess the Buddha Drop of Hanya, I possess the Buddha Vipassi, I possess the Buddha illuminating light of the sun and the moon, I possess the Buddha inconceivable light, I possess the Buddha king and down with the perfect ornament, I possess the Buddha rays of kings of the completely perfect quality, I possess the Buddha king and some of the light that destroy the former, I possess the Buddha fearless body, I possess the Buddha Vidya, I possess the Buddha king bound to the Buddha, I possess the Buddha king imagine like I possess the Buddha Padam, I possess the Buddha limitless like I possess the Buddha completely free of that, I possess the Buddha king of power, the hero going from somewhere, I possess the Buddha king of somewhere, I possess somebody, I possess the Buddha unsupervised quality, I possess the Buddha sovereign American, I possess the Buddha former somebody, I possess the Buddha scattered body, I possess the Buddha unsupervised by I possess the Buddha Amma by sin, I possess the Buddha Amma by contact, I possess the Buddha sovereign somebody, I possess the Buddha sovereign wisdom somebody, I possess the Buddha sovereign oppression body, I possess the Buddha subject soul, I possess the Buddha completely radiant and follow king, I possess the Buddha seeking, I possess the Buddha purpose, I possess the Buddha Kanaka Chakra, I possess the Buddha Kanakan Muni, I possess the Buddha Kashapa, I possess the Buddha mind attached to presence, I possess the Buddha supremacy, I possess the Buddha Ashwaka, I possess the Buddha bound marks of the junction, I possess the Buddha Laya, I possess the Buddha Laya, I possess the Buddha sovereign, I possess the Buddha obvious, I possess the Buddha marks of the set power, I possess the Buddha Ananta Bhavasa, I possess the marks of Dhamma, I possess the Buddha beyond all, Bodhisattva, I possess the Buddha Kamala Raja Chakra, I possess the Buddha form of Shimra, I possess the Buddha king of the sovereign, I possess the Buddha destroy all the Buddha, I possess all the Buddha Dhammakaya Shakyamuni. When you respectively possess the one carving reciting Buddha, or 110 or 10 or 100 or 1,000 or 10,000 carving reciting Buddha, all the negative, heavy negative on the counters, yours is some will be purified. I possess the 100,000 Buddha, to 1 million Buddha, to 10 million Buddha, to 100 million Buddha, to 1 billion Buddha, to 100 quadrillion Buddha, to the countless limited Buddha of numerous and the of in the Ganga River. When anyone hears the names of the countless current recited, they will not fall to the hell for 600,000 and beyond, and they therefore are respectively possessed. When you possess all the Buddha coming to your attack that change, you will completely with on the negative comment and purify the negative or fire action and immediate, and they will always reside on the perfectly pure ground, and they will always have to abide in Shakyamuni Buddha, Shakyamuni Dhamma. And then you will be separated from the three lower and you will see Buddha nature, and you will also see the 1,000 Buddha therefore I protect in that way. You will also see the Buddhas of the time that you will always be born in the perfectly pure land. You want to hear the Holy Dhamma, you will always see the Buddha. When you spoke all these names of the perfectly pure Buddha, the Bodhisattva and the universe, all the great ascent, the two tangled river, and this is all the Jhana, the 4,200,000 gods and the human generate the mind, unsurpassed and enlightened. I prostrate to the luminous Buddha of this excellent sun who had not yet come. I prostrate the Buddha mature. I prostrate the Buddha completely pure body. I prostrate the Buddha color, flower light. I prostrate the Buddha perfectly flower, perfected flower. I prostrate the Buddha illuminating light. I prostrate the Buddha name and sun. I prostrate the Buddha golden light of the Jambu River. I prostrate the Buddha illuminating Dhamma. I prostrate the Buddha Ratnapasa. I prostrate the Buddha completely illumination. I prostrate the Buddha complete. I prostrate the Buddha Samudana Baba. I prostrate the Buddha mountains and the oceans of wisdom. I prostrate the Buddha kings of the sovereign America. I prostrate the Buddha perfectly arranged of I possess the Buddha formless, I possess the 10 million Buddha named king achieving sovereignty, I possess the Buddha Bijuva characteristic, I possess the Buddha Sana, I possess the 20,000 Buddha named the king completely but down with all the marks and light, I possess the 30,000 Buddha completely entirely golden mark, I possess all all the Buddha Mega Raja, approaching the 48,000 Buddha name, unchanging light, approaching the Buddha Kings of Jewel, approaching the Buddha Light Divine of Sin, approaching the Buddha Holy Form, approaching the Buddha Light Blaze of Holy Form, approaching the Buddha Destroyer of the host of the obstructing entity, approaching the Buddha Collection of Sand, approaching the Buddha Collection of Sound, approaching the 80,000 Buddha got completely arranging light way, approaching the 80 million Buddha completely arranged of the material light way, approaching the all Buddha complete and Buddha dual, approaching all the kings of the supreme quality, approaching the Buddha illuminating light of the refined gold, approaching the 500 Buddha, named called the losers of light, approaching the Buddha, fearless son of non-God, approaching the Buddha completely and down to the action cloud, approaching the Buddha sovereigns of Raja Samadhi. When you purchase one Buddha, when you come to 10 Buddha, 100 Buddha, 1,000 Buddha, 10,000 Buddha, you will purify all the heavy negativity of the countless yons of Sangha. Whoever listens to the name of 100,000 Buddha, or 1 million Buddha, or 10 million Buddha, or 100 million Buddha, or 1 billion Buddha, or 100 quadrillion Buddha, or countless million Buddha, as numerous as rivers and the Ganga River. Buddha for the name for 400,000 years, therefore, I now prostrate. When anyone apart from those abiding the wrong the rest, every prostrate to all Buddha who have not yet come, all the negativity and three obscurity of fire, action of immediate, purification will be verified. They will abide happily in the Buddha Dhamma. They will see the million Buddha. They will always hear the Holy Dhamma. Therefore, I respectfully prostrate in that way. When anyone prostrates to the Buddha or to the direction, when anyone long going, whether what ten negative done in the past, future, and present will abide will be actually verified. And in future, they will see the essential nature of the Buddha. Therefore, develop devotion to Buddha. When someone recite, write, read, or prostrate, then whatever life occurs, wherever they are born, wrong view will not arise. They will reach the continuum of the complete liberation. And they will not be born in the borderland. They were born in the back country. They will not see unsuitable king. And of the 4 million yon, they will be born in the hell realm. When someone successfully prostrates in the way, they will verify the 10 negative and perfectly attain the particular Buddha. When the particular approaching the name of the Buddha, they will not come. 50,000 Bodhisattvas achieve the ground. It was 750 ordained now become the Arahant, and 6,200,000 gods and attain the particular pure Dharma eye. Approaching the great Dharani solution collection is good. Approaching the scripture collection changes to approaching the scripture collection property. Approaching the scripture collection of girls, proclamation in verse. Approaching the scripture collection of proclamation in song. Approaching the scripture collection of special apology, approaching the collection of declaration, approaching the scripture collection of polygraphy narrative, approaching the graphic collection of narrative of the paragraph, approaching the scripture collection of narrative of formal verb, approaching the scripture collection of accepted discord, approaching the scripture collection of narrative of marvel, approaching the scripture collection of narrative of established doctrine, approaching all the divisions of Mahana scripture collection. Anyone who will hear the names of all those church scripture collect and perform and the perfection discourse, praise them, prostrate to them, utter them, and generate devotion to them, adore them and hold them, will not fall to the realm of heaven for 200 aeon, and they will be done with the wisdom and will remember past and future life. Therefore, respectively prostrate. When the Bhagavan has spoken the names of the church scripture collection, 80,000 Bodhisattvas attain the Pajasamani, 1 million Sabaka, generate the mana. The mana mind, the 10,000 fully ordained monks, the fully and they now become Arahant, and even the human attain the perfectly pure Dhamma. Approaching the Bodhisattva Mahasata of the 10 directions, approaching the Bodhisattva Yugo Mandir, approaching the Bodhisattva Sa'abalokiteshwara, approaching the Bodhisattva Madhusara, approaching the Bodhisattva of the Nether, approaching the Buddha Unseen, and the second one, approaching the Buddha Yugo, approaching the Bodhisattva Vajishwara, approaching the Bodhisattva Akote, approaching the Bodhisattva Rajaka, approaching the Bodhisattva Yoga, approaching the Bodhisattva approaching the Bodhisattva Mahabala, approaching the Bodhisattva Namusa, approaching the Bodhisattva Manukriya, approaching the Bodhisattva Narbhamana, approaching the Bodhisattva Vajra, approaching the Bodhisattva Nakita, approaching the Bodhisattva approaching the Bodhisattva Tingakata, approaching the Bodhisattva Devotion, approaching the Bodhisattva Gadata, approaching the Bodhisattva Guru Flower. Approaching the Buddha Harisi, approaching the Anajaja Karikan, approaching the Buddha perfectly ability, approaching the Buddha Karikan, approaching the Buddha Jani Raja, approaching the Bodhisattva Vajan Pravi, approaching the Buddha Avisha, approaching the Buddha Flower of Previous King, approaching the Bodhisattva Perivasana, approaching the formal quality, approaching the Bodhisattva strength and the effort of good quality, approaching the Ascension Bhati, approaching the Bodhisattva perfectly pure heart. Approaching the Bodhisattva perfectly pure eye, approaching the Bodhisattva Samanvada, approaching the Bodhisattva Manusia, approaching the Bodhisattva Major, approaching the Bodhisattva Accessor, approaching the non-empty, approaching the Bodhisattva Regular, approaching the Bodhisattva Kela, approaching the Bodhisattva Kela Officer, approaching the Bodhisattva Higher Officer, approaching the Bodhisattva Nere Raja, approaching the Bodhisattva Pacifier, approaching the Bodhisattva Prayer Officer, approaching the Bodhisattva Reflections of Insight, approaching the Bodhisattva Jewel, approaching the Bodhisattva Abide in the Middle, approaching the Bodhisattva Dissociation. Approaching the Buddha Bhikkhu, approaching the Bodhisattva Dhamma, approaching the Buddha equal conception, approaching the Buddha equal non-conception, approaching the Buddha equally unequally conception, approaching the Bodhisattva King of Sovereign and Samadhi, approaching the Bodhisattva King of the Sovereign and Dhamma, approaching the Bodhisattva Characteristic of Dhamma, approaching the Buddha Monks of Life, approaching the Bodhisattva Dhamma, approaching the Bodhisattva apabila Bodhisattva orang Buddha, apabila Buddha besar amal, apabila Buddha jual dengan, apabila Buddha jual dengan Buddha, apabila Bodhisattva konti beri dengan, apabila Bodhisattva konti lalu dengan, apabila Bodhisattva akan berkonsen dengan kerana, apabila Bodhisattva law, apabila Buddha king of joy. Apabila Bodhisattva melalui semua orang apabila Bodhisattva cakap, apabila Bodhisattva hukum dan jual, apabila Buddha jual, apabila Buddha jual, apabila Buddha naik audio, ada yang jual, apabila Bodhisattva ini, apabila Bodhisattva asli apa, apabila Bodhisattva cakap, apabila Buddha melakukan Buddha, apabila Buddha dibaca, apabila Buddha komplain, apabila Bodhisattva berlobby sama ini, apabila Buddha lagi komplain, apabila Bodhisattva komplain, kamu jangan makan dulu, apabila Bodhisattva tinggal kerja, apabila Bodhisattva berusaha, apabila Bodhisattva mau, working on the mau, Bodhisattva, apabila Buddha dan kerja, apabila Buddha boleh dan sakit, apabila Bodhisattva mau, apabila Buddha komplain, apabila Buddha apabila Bodhisattva berusaha, apabila Buddha ikut berusaha. Apabila Bodhisattva orang-orang biar, apabila Buddha hanya Buddha, apabila Buddha juga boleh, apabila you of ornamental life, apabila Buddha darah, apabila Bodhisattva emerging, apabila Bodhisattva berdoa Allah austerity, apabila Bodhisattva cherish quality, apabila Bodhisattva flower life, apabila Bodhisattva dua sandalwood flower. Apabila Bodhisattva hidden dharma, apabila Bodhisattva dharma surah, apabila Bodhisattva chief of the glory, apabila Bodhisattva non-living, apabila Bodhisattva glory down to God, apabila Bodhisattva prevail virtue, apabila Bodhisattva luar virtue, apabila Bodhisattva prevail amin. Apabila Bodhisattva mami, apabila Bodhisattva lain memberi, apabila dilingin, apabila action kembali, apabila bermain Bodhisattva, apabila Bodhisattva action kembali, apabila Bodhisattva flash on learning, apabila Bodhisattva biar bersandar, apabila Bodhisattva biar, apabila Bodhisattva fokus, apabila Bodhisattva akan mati, apabila Bodhisattva Perform kita boleh berjamaah bila boleh berdasarkan boleh sama hari boleh yang kita boleh berjalan sama boleh sama. Asal kalau dia boleh hari boleh sama dua yang punya muda boleh sama king of the jewel boleh sama di boleh sama boleh wisdom. Apabila boleh become king boleh sama perform king boleh sama king of flower. Apabila Bodhisattva fokus sama Bodhisattva skill impression, Bodhisattva skill in action, Bodhisattva actual advisor characteristic, apabila Bodhisattva dapat Bodhisattva dapat menyelesaikan, Bodhisattva happily abiding, Bodhisattva fear of marah, Bodhisattva give up wisdom, Bodhisattva refuge juga, Bodhisattva noble state of wisdom, Bodhisattva courageous giving, Bodhisattva observing wisdom, Bodhisattva foremost where Bodhisattva more time again, Bodhisattva melodious teacher, Bodhisattva supreme ocean. Apabila Bodhisattva joyful dharma, Bodhipada, Bodhisattva sutra dharma, apabila king of love, Bodhisattva mahashoda, apabila Bodhisattva mahakosha, Bodhisattva pemukala, Bodhisattva dandawut, apabila lion melodi, apabila Bodhisattva supreme sound, apabila Bodhisattva form of the foremost color, Bodhisattva adornment, apabila Bodhisattva sakya betray banner, Bodhisattva Buddha raja. Apabila Bodhisattva king of appearance, Bodhisattva Mahaprabha, Bodhisattva Purana, Bodhisattva sack of secret, apabila Bodhisattva clearing flower, apabila Bodhisattva chief, supreme chief, apabila Bodhisattva complete, apabila Bodhisattva Purana, Bodhisattva glorious. Apabila Bodhisattva implement body, apabila king of Marisa, apabila Bodhisattva Kashyapa, apabila king of Tejas, apabila Bodhisattva Lord of the ordinary, apabila Bodhisattva Lady Baba, apabila king of Ocean, apabila Bodhisattva Keisa, apabila Bodhisattva Ganahara, apabila Bodhisattva Animal, apabila Bodhisattva apabila compassion, apabila Bodhisattva king of the Visi, apabila Bodhisattva strength of the Visi, apabila glory of the Visi, apabila Bodhisattva complete benefit of God, completely ground, apabila unchanging life, apabila Bodhisattva Dhamma, apabila Bodhisattva apabila Deva Baba, apabila king of joy, apabila complete life, apabila jewel scholar among the jewel, apabila Bodhisattva apabila king of flower, apabila Bodhisattva wisdom life, apabila ocean of wisdom, apabila sinar market, apabila lineage of the Sakya, apabila Bodhisattva apabila Buddha Samana Baba, always compassionate, apabila Bodhisattva highest Dhamma, apabila Bodhisattva treasure of joy, apabila Bodhisattva mountains of light, apabila Bodhisattva king wisdom mountain. Apabila Buddha Bodhisattva, apabila Buddha complete concept, apabila Buddha powerful mountain, apabila Bodhisattva mountain peak, apabila Bodhisattva mountain victory banner, apabila Bodhisattva king mountain, apabila Bodhisattva take one mountain, apabila Bodhisattva mega bata, apabila Buddha king of rain, apabila Buddha king of cloud, apabila Bodhisattva Precious way, I project Bodhisattva giving to a project the Bodhisattva praying to a project the Bodhisattva to a treasure or to a project Bodhisattva a project Bodhisattva unchanging to a project Bodhisattva to a project Bodhisattva to a mandala, a project Bodhisattva to a project Buddha to a lake, a project a project Bodhisattva blazing to a project Buddha bringing to a project Bodhisattva to a project Bodhisattva to a project Bodhisattva to blaze your life. Pure King, a project Bodhisattva, all the project, a project Bodhisattva, a project Buddha, a project Ramchu, a project Buddha, like a project intelligent, project Bodhisattva, realizing one, a project Bodhisattva, a project Bodhisattva, a project Bodhisattva, pure light, a project Bodhisattva, investigating generosity, a project Bodhisattva, a project Bodhisattva, victory banner, to the Bodhisattva, a project Bodhisattva, mobility, a project Bodhisattva. Blazing is a prayer, putting with the lights of lights of the back, lights of a brilliant British Sapon, the Ocean, brilliant with the Saramaka, a brilliant British Sapon, a brilliant British wisdom, a brilliant British Sapon, a brilliant British Championship, a brilliant British a brilliant British Sapa Baja, a brilliant British Sapon, brilliant British Man, a brilliant British Sapon, responsibility, a brilliant British Sapon, Ocean, a brilliant British accent, Ocean, a brilliant British Sapon, a brilliant British Sapon, with a brilliant freedom from a brilliant teachers who think a brilliant data, a brilliant powerful body, a brilliant grace of the apology, Bodhisattva of the body, a brilliant 1 Bodhisattva, 10 Bodhisattva, 100 Bodhisattva, 1000 Bodhisattva, 10,000 Bodhisattva, a brilliant 1 million Bodhisattva, 2 million Bodhisattva, 3 million Bodhisattva, 4 million Bodhisattva, 5 million Bodhisattva. 6 million Bodhisattva, 7 million Bodhisattva, 8 million Bodhisattva, 10 million Bodhisattva, 9 million Bodhisattva, 10 million Bodhisattva, all of one heavy negative benevolence of which samsara will be purified. When one project 100,000 Bodhisattva, Mahasata 1 million Bodhisattva, Mahasata 10 million Bodhisattva, Mahasata 100 million Bodhisattva, Mahasata 1 billion Bodhisattva, Mahasata or 10 billion Bodhisattva, Mahasata 1 to purify all the internal negativity of the benevolence of samsara. I project many Bodhisattva and Mahasata is gain of sense in one Ganga river. I project many Bodhisattva Mahasata and gain of sense in 2 Ganga river. I project many Bodhisattva Mahasata and gain of sense in 3 Ganga river. I project many Bodhisattva Mahasata and gain of sense in the 4 Ganga river. I project many Bodhisattva Mahasata and gain of sense in 5 Ganga river. I project many Bodhisattva Mahasata and gain of sense in 6 Ganga river. I project Bodhisattva Mahasata and gain of sense in 7 Ganga river. I project many Bodhisattva Mahasata and gain of sense in 8 Ganga river. I project many Bodhisattva Mahasata and gain of sense in 9 Ganga river. I project Bodhisattva Mahasata and gain of sense in 10 Ganga river. There are many Bodhisattva Mahasata and they are going to set in 100 Ganga river. So many, I possess many Bodhisattva Mahasata, they are going to set in 1,000 Ganga river. I possess many Bodhisattva Mahasata, they are going to set in 10,000 Ganga river. I possess many Bodhisattva Mahasata and they are going to set in 10 hexillion Ganga river. I possess all you. Okay, can stop maybe? Can sit down? When you possess all the heavy negative or countless and infinite beyond the samsara will be forever. Whoever hears the name of the Bodhisattva Mahasata will not fall to something of the hell, will not belong to a rank of 40,000 years, they only belong to a rank of many virtues. They will not be born in the borderlands, they will not be born in the background, they will not receive that body, they will not have wrong way, they will not wrong way, and they will not be born as a particular habit, and all they are going to be compared, they will only use the Dhamma. Even if you don't receive the aesthetic of the particular receive, they will always have a take, they will always see the beautiful manner of the action, will also the Buddha, therefore respecting for it, because you will use it about the Dhamma, and in future we attain the accomplishment of God. When he has spoken the name of the Bodhisattva Mahasata, 8,800,000 faithful, son of lineage and daughter of lineage, attain the result, one returner, 9,400,000 gods, attain the result of one returner. 7,800,000 Bodhisattva who have lost consciousness again, their organs, their mind lost again, and the particular attain the great dharma, and the future will actualize another. That the Buddha spoke to the Bodhisattva faith inside. Son of lineage, when any sentient being was affected by the suffering, hear the name of the Buddha call Ranagiri, one time they will die, they will get it, born in the God, and you yourself have said, now, even now, you have requested the action and name of the Buddha, all desires that will be free from suffering and remove me. The worst is that for the reason I also completely explained to you, and all the names of all the 3 jewels, and this is because in the outer percent through the power of instruction of one jewel is what explained. Anyone who hear this particular name should remember from the depth of their particular heart at the time of death. When someone virtuous and encourage a dying person, deliberately say the name of the 3 jewels by reciting 3 times. Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dhammaya, Namo Sanghaya. So it's very important that if you meet your friend in the hospital, let's say they are about to pass away or maybe in transmigration, it's very good if they are Buddhists, right, to recite. Tell them to recite together with you that this taking refuge, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dhammaya, Namo Sanghaya. So 3 times. So those who have taken refuge, right, you're supposed to say this refuge prayer 3 times morning, 3 times night, at least to bring the refuge prayer, to rely always on the Buddha together in the Mahayana motivation. So when they die, they will not go to the lower river. Instead, whichever worthy realms of the 10 directions they are faith in, that's where they will be born. They will be successful, serve every Buddha, and they will recognize every Bodhisattva. They will hear Manjushri and Samantabha explanation on the Mana Dhamma, the whole explanation liberation. Having heard it, they immediately attain the vision regarding the non-reason phenomena. So for that person who never in their life really hear this sutra before, if they decide, they at the time of death, they recite the Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dhammaya, Namo Sanghaya 3 times together with you, or you remind them to do. Then they will go to the Pure Land, whichever Pure Land to do, and they hear this sutra directly from Manjushri and Samantabhadra. So now you might be questioning her, like, why hear this sutra again from Manjushri and Samantabhadra, not any other sutra? Because this sutra itself got the efficacy of purifying all the negative karma and establishing the Buddhahood. So all the people who ever become Buddha will have to hear this. Subsequently in the afternoon when you hear the sutra, maybe in the later part of afternoon, later part of day, you hear that Shakyamuni Buddha, while he was training, he was not prophesied by the Buddha. Just now I read a lot of Buddha's names right now. Is it the Buddha decided, okay, today my name will say what? No. It is when he practiced to a certain point, he meet his teacher, one Buddha, and the Buddha will say, okay, in future you will be Buddha called infinite light, the unchanging light, whichever the name. So the Buddha prophesied you're going to become Buddha. So Shakyamuni Buddha was practicing for a long time, but he never received the prophecy of his name until one day he read this sutra. Then he was prophesied. Now in future you will be called, in the Saha world called Shakyamuni Buddha. So Shakyamuni Buddha made this sutra, he was not prophesied. So inside this sutra, Shakyamuni Buddha also said this. Now, you all got come out to listen to this sutra one time, copy the sutra. I now proclaim, you will definitely become Buddha. Wow, now this is amazing right now. Shakyamuni Buddha said, now you're definitely going to become Buddha. What name? He haven't said the name yet, but he said that because you meet this sutra one time, you are definitely going to become Buddha. That means you will be staying on the path. And he said, but in this sutra, you'll never go lower realm. You will always be born as a human being minimum. It doesn't mean now you can sell some, I can do everything I want. No. It means that keep on to the path, practice and everything. You will be able to accomplish the final fruit without much difficulty. Without much difficulty. A lot of people is very difficult, especially people in China, to hear the sitting of the sutra, almost very difficult. Some of my Chinese students really cannot really communicate directly, because when they direct, the police will check them and then they take away their passport to travel. And that becomes very tricky for them, right? So when they don't contact me, I know it's Hadi Kuchong, because if they do that, they will not be able to travel. They can't even buy train ticket. This is a very difficult situation right now. So for us, we are not at this situation. We got all the freedom right now. So we are very, very fortunate. Really, really very, very fortunate. So understand this part of the sutra, that by hearing this in faith, then if you never meet this sutra, you will not be able to purify so much. That's why all those beings listen it directly from Manjushri and Samantabhadra directly. I continue. Son of lineage, since the person will attain perfectly complete knowledge of, they will also hear the names of the primary children. Then the Bodhisattva will inside the Bodhisattva Bhagavan. In what way we will speak of the particular to the three, you are one entity, two entity, three entity. Furthermore, they are one entity. We go for refuge to one refuge, but there are three entities. Then the Dhamma is also three particular three will, and it's similar to the Sangha. If it's the case, there were three reference, and since the all beings say a three reference, they will practice the Dhamma to three they will not compare a single vehicle. Bhagavan, please explain to me for the well-being and happiness of all beings. After I hear this particular, please explain and specify for all. Bhagavan, for the sake of Nirvana, if anyone can name, they will obtain the efforts of the highest enlightenment. The Bhagavan replies to the Bodhisattva inside, excellent son of the lineage, excellent. The capacity to question me about this important meaning is that the exceedingly excellent son of the lineage. For you to ask me a question about the important like that, that's the question we're not asking. Not abiding the first ground, the second ground, the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, the eighth ground, but by the great being, by the 10th ground, Dhamma Track. That is wrong to ask the Tathagata about the important meaning in this way. This is now explain the practical difference. Son of the lineage. All the sentiments who have been built by ignorance, having revolved in one middle of the three, were tormented by the various suffering, who have totally moved from six star being, since they do not have any refuge, the basic of Sabbath, since they seek refuge, they are not prayer, they do not find their own need and although they seek refuge, they don't elect it, and although they sacrifice that, they know that they are free from that, therefore the great law, Tathagata, through the samadhi or love of the Father, through the particular compassion of all the beings of animals and mental container, and taught the name of Hindu, in order to serve as an authentic basis of Sabbath. He taught the beginners, so that those who are the three were Muhammad, three steps and they that is stepping stone. After all the actions practicing celebrity for them, taught the authentic Dharma to perfect. For the three to act for in one entity, they taught the Dharma to and the Dharma to also exist within a single Buddha Jewel. Similarly, why they call Jewel, for example, a power of the seventh variety of Jewel provide important being sustain. Similarly, the three Jewel also provide arose the Dhamma, all beings in the world increase the wisdom and hence they are called Jewel. As for the three Jewels, as of a different entity, when the particular Buddha emanated a body in Russia, they took the aspect of a Bodhisattva in order to reveal all beings and he resided in the vows and undertook austerity. When he achieved the complete enlightenment in front of the Bodhi tree, he said he enlightened the welfare of being for another and called the Buddha, a Buddha who somewhere awakened from the sleep of ignorance. So please remember this line, a Buddha is one who is awakened from the sleep of ignorance. So there are some teachers who, in the teaching, correct, then some students will ask, when they go to work, then how should they be thinking? Then the teacher say, go and sleep. So what means see everything like a dream? Don't be too hang up when you see certain things that are nice or something and then not nice. So see everything like illusion, like in a dream, like yesterday dream. When you see things like yesterday dream, so once you know you are dreaming, you know it's not real as what you see. It's just like a projection of your mind, a karmic imprint. Yesterday, if you have a dream of a car, then is there a car in your mind? There's no car in your mind. You see buildings, it's all the imprint of your mind. So right now, as you see this place, it's similar. So the Buddha have awakened. He realized that what I have experienced was a dream of my karmic projection. There's nothing real out from his own side. Continue. The so-called Sangha is the object of being. Since the disciple meaning of the teacher are small, the present Sangha, there's two aspects of the Sangha. The harmonious and the uncompounded. As for the obtaining compounded, is the character of wisdom and the attained by means of perfect wisdom, which is uncompounded, and also not mistaken and uninterrupted emerging contemplation. It's more than uncompounded. Having seen all the contemplation, they gather together unrefined and without dispute, they are harmonious. Anything that goes in it is called the Sangha. Okay, we stop here for the morning. So we dedicate quickly. So you visualize the Buddha in front of you, and they do a dedication, right? You meditate all the Buddha, all the blessings, enter from your crown, and then enter to your heart. Like someone pour something, and then you enter. Or you can do instantly, they come, and then absorb into you. Due to this very prayer, should attain the enlightened state of a Guru Buddha, that I be able to liberate all the sentient beings from all the suffering. May the precious holy mind know that all arise and grow, may that all and no decline but increase forevermore. We do a short offering for the food offering. The Guru is the Buddha, the Guru is the Dharma, the Guru is the Sangha. So the Guru is the source of all the goodness, and we do all the Gurus, I make this offering of the food. Om 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 Namo Bhagavate Vedana Nandaya Adare Buddha Buddhaya Namo Vedana 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 By the power of the true of the true Guru, power of the Lord, Buddha, and Bodhisattva, the power of the revelation, and the power of the prosperity, and all these offerings become certain. By leading offering to Guru to Buddha, and we bless and guide by the Guru to Buddha. Thank you. 9 p.m. No, 9 p.m. 9 a.m. Okay, sleep. Okay, how late?
The breakfast hearing is at level 9. Level 9. So the demonstration, the demonstration meet, we have people bring back next year. Okay? Bring back next year. 8:15.